going on, Jeromes? Happy hump day out there to those who get to celebrate. It's birds are chirping and stuff. Did I already say that? It's time for another Vikings news dump. So, yeah. No one told you life was going to be this way. Current NFL playoff picture per NFL Nerd Sports. I don't know. Vikings currently sitting at the number 12 spot in the draft. Currently outside the fire, Garth Brooks style. Looking at the NFC playoffs right now, the Eagles 1. Rams would be 2, hosting the Niners 7. The Bears, okay, hosting the Packers. I actually think that the Bears will get starched in that game, and I don't even think the Packers are that good. Then you got the Bucks and the Seahawks. Then in the AFC, you got the Broncos. Okay. Then you got the Patriots at 2 versus the Jaguars. I kind of like that. Then you got Chargers and Colts get it on again. And then you got Steelers losing to the Bills. That's what it comes down to, man. But right now, the Tennessee Titans have a chance to be back-to-back champs at number 1. I wonder what they do. I'm sure that team is going to want to come up from get Mendoza. If you can name that reference, you are awesome. Put in the comments. Don't Google. Don't cheat. So the usual suspects in the top 5. You got the Tennessee Titans, you got the Giants, you got the Browns, you got the Saints, as well as the Jets. The Mendoza sweepstakes is on, man. And I know being 4-6 wasn't what you hoped for, but a lot of circumstances came in, but you can't blame circumstances. Dudes get injured, things happen, next man up. Hasn't happened at times, right? But it is Packers week. Go fudge yourself. Where I've talked about this before. Maybe we're losing some edge in this rivalry, except I've never come across like a bad Packers fan, you know? Just like interactions are always lighthearted, like no one goes for the throat, like everything is sort of copacetic. It's collegial, you know? Talking ish. It's like, oh, you guys didn't win without forward. Yeah. Whereas I don't know, like the Bears and Lions fans, there's definitely some asshats there. You know what I mean? And it sounds weird to say, right? But maybe it's because I grew up around a lot of Packers fans and in relative proximity to Wisconsin, Cooley region. By the way, Cooley region, as well as the drift. Well, so for some reason, southwest Wisconsin is the Cooley region, but southeast Minnesota is the driftless area. Maybe they try to differentiate. Who knows? But so that stretch of 90 between Onalaska / La Crosse through like Sparta. This is Sparta. Gorgeous. Oh my! Like if you're heading towards the Dells, or right before you get to like the 90-94 juncture, gorgeous. Like talking about like rolling hills, little farmhouses. You know, clouds in the blue sky. It looks like a screensaver, man. What are we talking about? Oh, yeah. Screw the Packers. That's all I got this week. We honestly have a chance to screw up all the Jordan Love narratives, screw up all the Micah Parsons narratives, really take one in the hat. And you know what? You know, the Packers, they were everyone's darlings early on. And remember preseason, like Kay Adams, like, I think the Vikings are going to win the Super Bowl. And then, like 2 days later, she's like, after the Micah Parsons trade, I think the Packers are going to win the Super Bowl. Charlatan. Snake oil salesman. That's what we do. Anyways, also, yeah, so it is Packers week. And I know it's tough to get fired up, but no matter what your record is, division games, let's go, man. Also, let's go is the annual November Food Shelf fundraiser drive. All Venmos, Cash App, Super Chats during the live streams in November go towards Twin Cities food shelves and local families in needs. A couple donations. We're currently over 2,100. So the goal, I got to update the graphic, is $3K for the month. Since, was it the 19th today? Yeah, we can get there. Donation links in the video description down below. Thank you very much for paying it forward this time of year. If you want to donate directly to our friends over at Every Meal, email producer alleyftw@gmail.com to be included in the tally. That link is also down below too. Also, holidays coming up. Running a personal Cameo since, well, can we call that? Because I didn't like the Cameo app itself. Yeah. Anyways, but doing up personalized stuff for the holidays. If you want one, come get some. Email producer Allie, ftw@gmail.com. I already fired off a bunch of them, and it says 5 minutes, except I get kind of ranty, which I kind of like exploring the space. It's good. Also, I don't know, it just seems like Addison has big-time games against the Packers. Right? And Addison's been quiet for a couple weeks, but the chemistry between 3 and 9, damn good time, is palpable. Right? So I just got a sneaking suspicion. Packers defense, Jeff Hafley and whatnot, they're going to do the usual double bracketing Jefferson and free three. Yes, indeed. Also, a story du jour yesterday is Kevin O'Connell talking on PA show 9 to noon about J.J. McCarthy. They called him a head of cement. Vikes fan page. Vikings head coach Kevin O'Connell gives an in-depth analysis on J.J. McCarthy so far. We've got to start seeing the cement dry on some of the things we've really worked hard to make football habits for him from a fundamentals and technique standpoint. One thing Vikings fans can look for when he gets to the top of his drops, we're really trying to see if we can get him to be a little bit more in a repeatable body position. So that comes down to reps. And again, I kind of like that he's putting some of the onus on McCarthy, because as coaches, you can only do so much. You can only lead a horse to water so many times. You can't make him drink. So they've repeated all season long as well. It's been footwork mechanics, footwork mechanics. And it's definitely been hit or miss, definitely been come and go. But as long as they keep working on it, like, he's going to continue getting better and better. Will it be a straight line? Absolutely not. Like, success is not linear. So he'll have ups, he'll have downs, he'll have everywhere in between. And we always implore, don't get too high, don't get too low. It's a good perspective for sports. I feel like it's a good perspective for life as well. And, with McCarthy, he's cement, right? So, they've laid the cement. Oh, and when this hardens, it's perfect for a foundation. It's on its slab. Yeah. And McCarthy this year, the numbers are what they are, right? And interceptions, inexcusable. The completion percentage, especially given that this Kevin O'Connell offense is very quarterback friendly. Yeah. And also, someone brought this up. Actually, I think, was it Lieber? I don't know. But so we implore Kevin O'Connell to run the ball more. But, of course, J.J. McCarthy has free reign to check at the line of scrimmage. And it may be a spot where Kevin O'Connell calls a run, but McCarthy correctly diagnoses that a defense is stacked up against the run because they're daring J.J. McCarthy to beat them. He checks to the pass play, can't make the pass play. That's what it comes down to sometimes. Yeah, but basically, this is how the media treats any other first-time starting quarterback in NFL history. Oh dear, it's okay. Then when J.J. McCarthy makes mistakes, you effing donkey. Is what it is, right? Speaking of mistakes, so this has been relitigated 17,000 times, but the kick coverage, the blown kick coverage turned around the world, and we've already gone through this where a lot of people got washed out on the left side of the return, notably Ivan Pace Jr. playing some hero ball, Tyler Badu's in that mix too, and again, Tavier Thomas on the far left end, he's the only one who did his job. Keep the returner on your inside shoulder, nothing outside. That is your job on kick coverage, because, hey, guess what? If everyone keeps the return man on their inside shoulder, there will be an envelopment. It'll be like it'll be like the Huns. No. It'll be like the Mongols, just like completely corralling their prey. It's what it needs to be. That's the number one rule of special teams: nothing outside, inside shoulder. Just same thing with defense: nothing outside, nothing behind. Right, but this one's frustrating. And then Coach Hat fed the media jackals and basically confirmed what was going on. Vikes fan page, Matt Daniels said anybody could have done what Devin Duvernay did on the Bears' final kick return, and it was more so on Minnesota's mistake than Chicago's scheme. I've been in this league now 8 years, played football a long time in this league, and I've never felt the way I felt after that football game. A lot of respect for what Chicago Bears, their unit, Devin Duvernay, all-pro return man, all this and that, but I mean, it could have been anybody. If you got a son or anybody, all he did was just catch it and run back run back to the field. Everybody just kind of got washed inside, and it wasn't anything that they did more than a lack of us maintaining our leverage and keeping the football inside shoulder is a result of what ended up happening. And also noted that a couple players got a little bit too greedy on that one, where they're trying to make the play. Fully understand that, but you gotta play your role. You gotta trust your teammates to do their job as well. So that's exactly what happened, and notably it was Pace, jumping out of his lane, trying to play hero ball, and then you lost that leverage. The Duvernay got outside, ran right through where Pace was supposed to be, and it is what it is. I swear, man, I'm running out of it is what it is for this dang team. I still got faith, man, but you can only say it is what it is so many times. But Flores, so early down defensive pressure rate versus blitz rate. So early downs, first, second down. The x-axis is the pressure rate, so how much heat are you getting on the quarterback or disruption in the backfield. And then blitz rate is the y. So the Vikings are by far just like numero uno on blitzing on first and second down. Now, blitzing against a run, it can be advantageous. That's how the Vikings are be able to free up a lot of tackles for loss, put the other team behind the sticks. It's really good. But the Vikings are the only team blitzing above 50% on those early downs, the only team blitzing above 40% on those early downs, and by the looks of things, probably the only team blitzing above 36% on early downs. And pressure rate is astounding, about 46%. They're getting some pressure in the backfield on said blitzes, or I wonder if that accounts only blitz plays or total plays. Probably total plays, right? So they're definitely getting in the backfield, which is good. And you would think that, hey, we'll have an improved defensive line pass rush. We can blitz less. Nah. That's what Flores does, man. It's good, though. Speaking of that defensive line pass rush, so JT O'Sullivan, quarterback school, does great work. Did a great piece on J.J. McCarthy the other week, but he's breaking down Caleb Williams against the Vikings, who also completed 16 to 32 passes, no big deal. But he noted 6'1" again. 6'1" for the Vikes is a beast. Also, I like how a lot of people who don't know shorten Vikes to Vics. 61 for the Vics is a beast. Yeah, but Jalen Redmond is a monster, man. He leads the team in sacks with 4, which is a really disappointing number, but it's really good for him. But, Grenard has so many almost sacks. AVG, missed time with injury. Yeah. Third on the team tackles for loss with 7. Second in pressures behind Grenard with 25. So 6'1" is getting it done. And he deserves a little bit of cash. He's going to be, I believe he's going to be an exclusive rights free agent. So basically the team just gets to name their price. But definitely needs a little bit of cash. Take whatever money you're going to save from moving on from Jonathan Allen, although Allen's played a lot better the last couple weeks, and then give it to Jalen Redmond. There you go. Also, Carson Wentz, who basically has a wrecked left shoulder, went through surgery, delayed surgery to see the birth of his 4th child. Congratulations. And Wentz on the gram, just trying to soak up this extra family time post-surgery. Surgery went great, by the way. Road to recovery. It's good stuff, man. And even though Wentz is out for the season, I'm sure that he'll be back in the facility in the quarterback room, helping out J.J. McCarthy and Max Brosmer as much as he can. And also, that Kevin O'Connell's just like, hey, man. If McCarthy keeps completing 50% of his passes, hey, man, you all right? It's your non-throwing shoulder. But, yeah. And speaking of J.J., this is great. So Chris Carter, famously Sunday, Emmanuel Acho was talking about J.J. McCarthy got that clutch gene, struggled all game, but was nasty. And then Chris Carter, did you watch the first 59 minutes? Thumbs down emoji. Now, I understand CC is super competitive, and CC played with a lot of bad quarterbacks at the Vikings too. Was the best one. Warren Moon, Randall Cunningham for that season. Yeah, but as a receiver, of course, you want the ball more than 50% completion percentage, right? CC didn't even mention the 6 receiver drops, but I digress. But Vikes fan page, Greg Holcomb, Vikings quarterback J.J. McCarthy's personal quarterback coach since 7th grade, calls Chris Carter an effing clown after his criticism towards McCarthy's play on Sunday. So, we got the Greg Holcomb effing clown emoji, which, I don't know, man. If you've been his quarterback coach since 7th grade and his feet still aren't right, I don't know, man. Maybe that's bad advertising for you, bro. Nah. Everything will work out. Everyone will be like kumbaya, but it's like when you're on a flight and there's just a little bit of turbulence on takeoff. Eventually, we're going to get to smooth air, and the cart will come around, and we'll get those pistachios. We'll get... wait. Ideas, man. So, I was on a flight like a month ago, and sitting next to this really sweet, like, Wisconsin older lady. The grandma... she cashed like 3 Miller Lights on the flight. I am mad at you, right? And I like the pistachios on the Delta flights, right? So I was looking forward to, I'm going to get some of these nuts. It's going to be good. And I was sitting on the aisle. I usually sit in the window, but for some reason I'm sitting on the aisle. And I was like, all right, I'm going to be nice, and I'm going to let the inside people, so like inside people go first. And then the old lady's sitting next to me. There's 5 bags of pistachios. She took all 5, man. I should have called the air marshal. We should have emergency landed this plane in Salt Lake City. I was ready. I was ready to but first off, I was kind of shocked. And then I remarked to the stewardess, well, I wanted some pistachios, but I guess I don't anymore. Old lady didn't hear me because old ladies can't hear. But then the flight attendant came back with a couple of bags for me, which is nice. But just the gall. Like, I want to get to that point where you're so old where you just don't give an F. Anyways, so if you get one of those personalized videos, expect a lot of tangents. It could be like, happy holidays. Let me tell you about the old lady who stole D's nuts. That's basically it. Also, this is great too. So Stafford has had success the last couple of years. Won a Super Bowl only with Kevin O'Connell and Wes Phillips, by the way. With Los Angeles, done well. But Stafford, all-time record, 116, 115, and 1, which is very Kirk Cousins-esque. Over 500 for the first time in his career. So Matthew Stafford's probably going to be a first-ballot Hall of Famer. Deserves to be. First or second. Maybe third. Somewhere in there. He's one of the great quarterbacks right now. Apparently his back injury was fake, just so he could skip training camp. But that just shows you how bad the Lions were, man. Because they went 0-16 in 08 to get the number 1 pick in 09 to pick Stafford, which he got in second to last class before the rookie wage scale. Yeah, because Bradford's number 1 in 2010, and then Cam was the first pick in 2011. That was the first year of the rookie wage scale. But Stafford got all the cash, but with the Lions were so bad that it's taken 5 good years with the Rams. 4 good years. Yeah, this is his 5th year. 5 good years with the Rams, including a Super Bowl win, to cover up all the losses in Detroit to get back to even. Yeah, it's wow. So the Lions wasted a Hall of Fame quarterback's career. They wasted a Hall of Fame wide receiver, which was with Stafford, Megatron, his career. They wasted Ziggy Ansah, and they wasted Barry Sanders. And now they're wasting whatever it is they have in the Lions now because they're not winning a Super Bowl. I'll come out and say it. Their best chance to win a Super Bowl was 2023, except then they blew that lead on the road against the Niners. And the Lions would have starched the Chiefs. 100%. Yeah. Also, I was looking forward to a happy holiday and a Merry Christmas. You know what I mean? Because Christmas Day, Thursday, the Vikings playing the late game. You got Cowboys and the Commies at noon. And then 3:30, you got Vikings-Lions at home. Hopefully, ideally, it's going to be very important for the Vikings' playoff chances. But then you look at some of the crews, right? And you got Noah Eagle. Oh, that's funny. I didn't notice that. Ian Eagle and Noah Eagle, his son, are going to be calling the games. That's great. Noah Eagle is actually really fantastic on his own accord. I understand that he probably got in the industry through nepotism because of who his dad is, but he stands on his own 2 feet. Unlike Collinsworth's kid. Yeah. But no, Eagle's really good, so I don't mind that. But the rest of the crew, so apologies to AJ Ross, you're just in the middle. But Drew Blind Eye Bountygate Breeze is calling the Vikings game. This is almost as bad as Vilma. I would rather have Sanchez, stab wound, and pending litigation at all calling the game. And also, sideline reporter number 2, Diana Rossini. I hope that she's on the Lions sideline, because otherwise Kevin O'Connell's just going to drop the scowl. AJ Ross, I hope you're on our side, man. So there you go. Oh, also Burt Kreischer, Segura. Segura, is that a Japanese name? It sounds Japanese. Segura. Well, anything sounds Japanese if you say it like Segura. Top Segura is great, man. Anyways, that's it. There you go. It's a beautiful Wednesday. There'll be pressers today. Vikings back practicing. First injury report. You guys are the absolute best to do. Skull production value.